all your plans are like ruined. Well, as long as the mics are working, then so okay, you are online. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, now it's working. Can you talk, Bogdan, also?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
hello
Okay.
everyone, and if you would post hello in chat, it would be great.
Yeah, it works based on now. It works on the thing. Okay, perfect, perfect. So yeah, whew, we had amazing week last. We had this final project showcase. We had really amazing projects. Yeah, now I think people are now finish up their their assignments or any fun project. And yeah, so far we've given like I don't know over 15 or something like the certificates so far.
Yeah. The projects that were submitted like looked amazing. It was so hard to decide on a winning project. There was a lot of close calls, but I think that like the projects that won are like excellent examples of how data science should be done.
Yeah, I agree. So before we go, let me go to Aha's slides. I just need to open the page up, and we are ready to answer your questions. Um, so let me do that in a second, and we can answer the questions. So Q&A. Let's open this up. Okay. So let's now switch to the Q&A image. Okay, now it should be working. So, okay, so we've got a question from Klaus. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Bogdan. Please give some feedback to my project. I am very interested in what you like and what you dislike, or you could be improved or could be discussed on. Thanks a lot. Okay, I guess I'll open the project. I'll send you the link, Bogdan, also, so you
Mhm.
can. Uh, so I guess let me see in a second. Let me just find the final project. Let me see, Klaus. Mm, yeah, Klaus Ladner. I think that's Klaus. Yeah, I think this is the guy. Okay, I'll send you on Telegram. By the way, Bogdan. For
Mhm. Okay.
okay, and let's put it on stream also. Okay, let's put it on stream. Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
So, um, mm, so let's read your README first. So, ML course, my machine learning course project. Didn't have really time to find out how GitHub works and make a proper project description. So this is one of the things you could improve, especially if you want it as a portfolio project. It would be nice to actually give a description of your project more in detail, like maybe
Mhm.
describe the data set a bit, something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
but basically sum up. So basically, that the person that would open this repository can know what the project about without opening any code. Because But usually, when you have a project in your portfolio, people that will check it will not read into code. They would just see how it looks like.
Okay, so let's see your data folder. So I like it that you use you have your raw and clean, where I guess like the raw is okay. So you did the banking data set, okay? So that's okay. And the clean, you have your clean bank data set. Okay, so that looks good. So we have, there's nothing to complain about that regarding the folder structure, notebook resources. Let's see what you have for resources. Okay, some description about your data. That's good. That's very good to have there. And in your notebooks, let's see the actual work. So you have here two folders, two files, cleaning a model. I guess that's fine. Naming them, since there are only two, there's no need to write very convoluted descriptions. Okay, so let's now look into your cleaning process. Okay, so the first thing you was checking the columns, and that's actually a very good starting point when exploring data. Okay, so let's see what you have done afterwards. So you describe the values, you checked the unique values of different columns, like the value counts. That's very good. And yeah, okay. And then you also described, you checked also some for the numeric value run describe on that. That's very good.
Sorry.
And you have then checked the duplicates, and in this case that's a really nice process. um that's very good. You check the duplicates and check them, and then in your case you didn't do anything specific about it. Yeah, if I see here, duplicated data. Okay, yeah, okay, so let's see. Okay, checking mistake. Okay, so far I like it. Like you explored all the variables, and you've seen, okay, here's some values we may maybe explore, and then you, okay, these are the things we're gonna work today, and then you start cleaning, which I like. I like this approach. I like it. So first, you drop duration due to give information. Yeah, that's a very common thing. What people did in the project to drop the duration. You rename the columns. That's nice. That's easier when you work later on the data set. You set the categories as categories. That's very good. And then problem with pday99. I'm not sure what to do about them and if there's anything to do. So the way you would do this, now I will not give you, let's say, okay, there's a particular answer to this, but most of the time, if you have like a missing value or a weird value like this, what you would normally do is actually do unit a variate analysis. What variables have this value? How does it relate maybe to the target value you want to predict? These are nice things to explore, because sometimes you can actually impute the missing value with something which is meaningful, or you actually discover something else in your data. And then you drop the duplicate rows. So you said there's no missing values. Well, the thing is, you actually a lot of the things here can be considered as missing values. So one of the things is that martial status unknown is a missing value, right? It's not like, oh, it's none, it's a non value, but it's unknown represents like we don't know the martial status. So this is also considered a missing value. Also here in education, it's also called unknown. So I will not say there were no missing values here. There were actually some healthy amount of missing values which you could have explored there. Um, and regarding how to deal with them, it's a good way to approach is do like univariate analysis, right? Explore these values and then maybe do some bivariate analysis to get a better understanding. That's it. It's okay for now. Not You mentioned that you like did it in a hurry, which I can understand. Sometimes with work things can get chaotic. Um, but these are the things you might think about in the future.
Yeah. Now we can move to modeling and check what's going on here.
So yeah, we opened this. Do you have any thoughts, or should I go through it, Bogdan?
Not now. I'm also like looking through it, so nothing immediate. So we can just go, step by step.
Okay. Okay, so first you load the libraries, loaded your clean data, you set the categories as categories again. Okay, no, nothing, that's fine. Okay, so how could the machine learning model could look like? So we actually saw this, and we've it's fine to ask like a question like this, since normally we expect something more about the data self, like exploring the data, which you did later on. But we thought, okay, this is acceptable question. This is not, especially if you're new to machine learning. I think this is a legitimate question to ask as one of the 5 questions for the project. So you did some dummy variable encoding, which is good for the categorical data. You split the data between your what you want to predict, so your input and output. You split the data train test, and then you trained a random forest classifier with cross validation, and then you created some report at the end. So what we found a bit weird is that why would you? We never saw that you use this X train and X test anywhere. So what was the purpose of splitting it? What would make sense is to actually split it like this, to have a train and test, and then use only the train in your cross validation. And in this case, you would have a validation set and a training set, because what cross validation does is with every fold, right? In this case, you use a fold of 3, right? One of the folds is your validation, and the other 2 are your training. So you could do this, and then afterwards, you could for the report, you could evaluate the test score, and I would make predictions afterwards for the test. This would be a more cleaner approach, I would say. And the test side, in this case, you could take something small, since you're already using the training for validation in your cross validate. So maybe you could use something like 20% or 50%. You don't need to go 40%. That's not needed, I would say. Okay, and you did a report on your random forest model, which is okay. So far, your recall and F1 score are quite low, but that is expected, since you didn't extract any more features from it, and so as a baseline, it's a good starting point. Okay, so how are the features correlated with each other? That's okay. What you can do is, if you're more focusing on predicting the output variable, uh, you could actually just write data.correlation, and then select it by your target variable. So in your case, what do you want to predict? You want to predict, you selected the y, right, the column y. So you want to see what is correlated with y in your case. And but sure, the heat map is also good for seeing variables which are correlated to each other.
Yeah, and I would like to add one point. So when you're like writing a question or exploring something, write an answer, like write what you learned from this question. Here we just put a correlation matrix, but it would be great if you can give me insight, so I don't need to analyze it by myself and try to understand what features are more correlated. So if you put like one paragraph of written answer, that makes everyone's life much easier, and it's very good work ethics when you work and report your results. You not just present raw graphs like that you can understand. You need to take into consideration that people that you are working with probably are not so data savvy, so you need to explain often even the most obvious things. So having one sentence, 2 sentences explaining what they see can save you much misunderstanding in your future work.
Yeah, it's like, imagine you basically, one mindset I like to do, or one way to see this is, um, imagine you do your analysis today, and after 1 year you're gonna look it again. If you wrote actually comments, and like, make it like is like understandable why you made the output, like your then you can open it and then understand it as you understood back then. But if you just do like analysis, like, okay, why did you do this? It's a bit harder to follow, right? Or what's the conclusion of this plot, right? If you actually write it down, then even if 1 year you haven't opened it, you still know roughly what's about.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, how the features are correlated to why. Yeah, I like this. This is definitely interesting, especially if you want to predict the output. That's a good thing to look into. And okay. So yeah, as there's not much correlation between y. So here you wrote about it. There's not much correlation between y and other features, so the model might not be not too bad. Well, actually, if they, I guess you want to say if they're higher correlated, then the prediction would be better. And you also mentioned, okay, these are the 3 features with have the higher correlation, like postcode success, right? That's right. That's like 0.331 correlation. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, can you show me the relationship between the number of days and the passage of the client's was last contact from a previous campaign and the success this time? Okay, so I see you queried the data, not like which are none, right? In your case, you create a new column, p days, and then it's none. What happened here?
Yeah, that's something not.
But seem to work out. Okay, maybe.
Maybe
Okay,
out.
let's just look at the plot.
Mhm.
So let's assume it went well. So basically, you just ignore the nulls, right? You basically create a new column which didn't have the none values, which is okay, whatever. It shows that was people. It showed that success was slightly higher if there was not much time passed since last contact. Best to have it not more than 1 week passed since then. I see. Yeah. Okay. So I see why you want to remove the 99, since then the box plot will be very misleading to read. And I think, yeah, by looking at this way, you can actually see all this actually seeing this in a nice plot. So that's a good job. I have nothing to complain about this one. Okay, and your final question used, can you show me the relationship between the outcome of the previous marketing campaign and success this time? So you grouped the data, right? That's good. And you got it. And then you created a bar plot. Unfortunately, I could open it in Jupyter Lab to see it. But for now, I assume it's a case. Um, yeah, we'll keep it for that. We won't look. I don't want to open our Jupyter Lab since I have to git clone again this project, and
Mhm.
that will be a bit time consuming. But let's recap what we've seen. So on the cleaning date thing, it's like you observe some like the 99, right? That's a good thing. You found that missing, like this value which is missing, but you haven't actually looked at the other value was called unknown, right? Secondly, I would have preferred that you would have explored the variables, like do univariate analysis or bivariate analysis with your target variable and with other features to get a better understanding of the data, and then actually go asking specific questions. I think it, I think it from for us it would be more important. Do you understand your data before actually modeling? So, but I guess since you try to do the project quickly, I understand your outcome, so it's not bad per se in that. Yeah, regarding modeling, my biggest critique here is if you split the data into train and test, then the test then use only the train for the cross validation. So you can build a model where you can see, maybe we get a report for the validation score, and then do the prediction for the test set, and then you can see, okay, they should be highly correlated to each other most of the time. And yeah, I think those are and what Bogdan also mentioned.
Yeah. Also, one thing regarding specifically this data set, in description of data set, there was mentioned that like one of the columns should be removed because it's
He
very
did
high
that.
correlation.
The duration he
Yeah.
dropped. He dropped it.
Ah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see it now. Sorry. Yeah. So that's a good point. And but overall, it's like it's not to say that this project is bad. It's really good. It just there is a room of improvement, but it shows a lot of good work.
Yes, so don't take our critique like very harshly. We just nitpicking here. So as a
Hmm.
first project, we definitely see this is like if this was your first project, data science. I think be proud of yourself. This is really it's like it
And
shows like you
yeah,
have some understanding of data science here, which is shown here.
and from our side, it means like we are glad to give you a certificate and be sure that you actually learn something on this course.
Yeah. So and also I checked your other assignments and especially assignment 3 was very good. So yeah, overall I think Klaus, I think you will have a very good a good ride in the data science world.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back then to AHA slides. Okay, so put your questions. So okay, let's mark this as answered. Oh,
Cool.
oops! Someone wrote a question and then I pressed
Thank you. I
okay.
was clarifying. It was just a thank you,
Ah,
because I have a delay. Okay, Klaus. So Klaus is here. So yeah, and yeah, keep it up. Continue working in this direction. And yeah, if it's your goal to be data scientist, I think you can achieve it.
I definitely, I definitely think so. If you want to have like keep that project as your portfolio project, then I would recommend working a bit more on it, polishing it up a bit,
And
or
start with README. Make a README. Interesting. Because usually, as I said, people don't really go into details in your project. As long as a README can keep them on a page and get their interest, it's already good. But if they open and it's a bunch of code and one line of description, it can make very bad impression. So take this into consideration.
okay. So I guess we have no questions so far. I'm gonna now put the Q&A view. Okay.
Yeah. So
So let me put actually the text for it. So ask your questions, Graz. Okay.
mhm.
What's happening? Why is not the text appearing? Hmm. I have text not appearing with on the stream. Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like
So no,
Aha
the
slide,
text
no,
for
Aha slide / Graz. That's
yeah. I'll just try to add it one more time. Let me see if it works, and also until I'll make this work. Maybe we can talk about weird developers.
yeah. So we are going to present about pitfalls of deep learning this Wednesday, 6:30 by Central European time, and the tickets is completely free. So please register it and come check it up. So uh, I think that's a topic that not much people are talking about drawbacks and where it fails, because usually people like to present about success of deep learning, and there is a lot of successes in deep learning. So come and join us. It should be fun.
Okay, and I think I actually solved the issue with the text.
Mhm.
Um, that's now questions. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like on the stream it looks it doesn't fit the screen.
No,
for
I've
now?
got it. Now
Okay. Now
I
it's fine.
resized it. Okay,
Okay.
now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Yeah, so again, go to We Are Developers, register, and on Wednesday, 6:30 Central European time. So, if you're in Austria, it's same time. If you're from somewhere else, convert the time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we talked about it half an hour. I think I don't think I'm not expecting any other questions. Seems like our
mhm.
students are doing well. So I don't think people are in need for questions. I guess for now.
Yeah.
I guess we have one more Q&A session. The last one actually, it's next week, right? Or I'm
Mhm.
wrong. I think yeah, next
Yeah.
week is the last Q&A session. And yeah, I hope we can give everybody their certificates. Who, especially in the first week, we got I think like completion rate of like what of 80-90 people.
89%, yeah, nearly 90%.
So there's so many people who could get certificate, and I think in the end they're like who did the last assignment for like 30-40 people. So that's a lot of people who can just need to do their final project. That's it to get their certificate. Their
Yeah. And
last 10
yeah, and
meters.
if they did if they did all assignments, it shouldn't be difficult for them. So
That
hopefully they all finish.
Well, until then, hopefully they will finish the final projects. And I guess I have nothing more to say. Bogdan, any closing words?
Nothing. So join us on We Are Developers.
Yeah, join us next week on Tuesday at 18:13 Central European Time. And yeah, I guess from there on, maybe, and then next Thursday afterwards for the next time, we might share our thoughts about the talk and our experience maybe on We Are Developers. Okay, thank you everybody very much, and see you then next time.
Ciao.